This episode contains a discussion of drink driving and its effects. Listen at your own discretion. It is Friday, the 21st of June, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Today we're talking about an artist who I only know one song by. They were kind of a one-hit wonder in a lot of ways. But that one song is iconic in and of itself as a summertime song, because it does mention summertime in the name. The song is In the Summertime, and the artist is Mungo Jerry. My dad showed me this song yonks ago, because it's from 1971. My dad has this particular philosophy that 1971 was the best year for music. So I would have heard this song sometime ages ago, and I always thought the name Mungo Jerry was so strange. And there's a very good reason for that, because they take their name from Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot, which you may know as the inspiration for the musical Cats. There's a cat called Mungo Jerry, all one word, Mungojerrie. Anyway, so they're a British band. They have this song called In the Summertime. Even if you don't recognize the name, you probably will know it when you hear it. And it's just a good, chill song, and we're going to listen to it now and then come back and talk about it. Just a great little chill vibe. I was talking about this week with the summer songs how, Mr. Blue Sky is real upbeat and dancey and oh yeah, Lovely Day is more chill. This is more on the chill side. This is, even though the lyrics aren't really about that, it makes me think of sitting on a deck chair or something and just looking at the sun, drinking some iced tea or something. It's just it's very we're hanging out, we're chilling. Like a barbecue sort of vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just really like that. Another one is just is nice to have on and just kind of relax to. I usually don't write that many notes for my episodes because I or rather I do write notes, but then I don't read them out. But I wrote a lot more for this than I thought I would, so I'm probably going to be reading out a lot of them. This song apparently was written in about 10 minutes. Ray Dorset, the lead singer, was working in a lab for Timex, and he was on lunch break, and he just picked up a secondhand Fender Stratocaster and wrote this song, just knocked it out in 10 minutes, which makes sense because when we go through the lyrics, it's often kind of stumbling and self-contradictory, but it still turned out well, so that's good. Something that is interesting is you will of course have noticed that a bit into the song there's the sound of a motorbike coming by, and then they start repeating the verses. That's because the song was only 2 minutes long originally, and then they did that to artificially make it longer, so the second half is literally just the same recording as the first half, but slightly remixed to sound a little bit different. And the motorbike sound that you hear, the is not actually a motorbike. The engineer for the song, Howard Barrow, had a Triumph sports car, and he just went outside and drove it past the studio, and they held a microphone out and recorded it because they couldn't find a motorcycle, or I think they were trying to use a stock sound, but they couldn't find a good one, so they just made it with a car. It's one of those things, that cliche of you're watching Lord of the Rings with someone and they tell you the trivia bit about Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe on the helmet when he kicked it. This is like that for my dad. He just always talks about this thing of them recording the sound in this studio recording. I don't know why, but it's something he always brings up when the song is mentioned or comes on. Now, some other stuff I found interesting. The sound is presumably imitating a washboard because it's kind of a skiffle song, and it made me realize there's no actual percussion in the song, which I always forget because I'm a drummer and I notice drumming, but sometimes I just forget that there isn't drums in a song. Partially that's because it has the which is imitating drumming, but also it's because, like I said, I've known the song for years, but nowadays I very much associate it with Neil Cicierega's mashup Annoyed Grunt, which is a mashup of a bunch of songs that have non-lyrical vocals. So it has the bit from No More I Love Yous where she goes ah, and it has the oh ah from Down With the Sickness and all that sort of stuff. It uses the and the da 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 dee 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 parts a lot throughout the mashup, but it has the drum beat of, I don't know what song it is. It might be Sledgehammer or something. It has a drum beat for most of the song, so that's what I always hear accompanying it in my head. And I forget that there aren't any actual drums in the song, which is interesting. So in terms of the lyrics, like I said, because they're written very quickly, they are a bit weird and meandering. But in the summertime, when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Pretty self-explanatory. The song is largely about hanging out with friends and going for drives and flirting with women. Pretty standard stuff for the 70s, I think. think. But what's interesting is he keeps mentioning two specific activities, drinking and driving. Now, he doesn't necessarily say drink and drive, but those are two activities he mentions in close proximity to each other. So it sounds like he's encouraging drink driving, because it's literally have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find. This song actually ended up being used in a Drink Aware campaign. There was a campaign in Britain called Drinking and Driving Wrecks Lives that started in the 80s. And in 1992, there was an ad with like a bunch of people having like a family barbecue or something. And they all like drink and whatever. And this song is playing. It's all very cheerful. And then one guy gets in his car and drives off as it plays the part where he says, have a drink, have a drive. And then like the music fades out and it cuts to his wrecked car. It's harrowing. It's horrible. Ray Dorset later said that wasn't necessarily the intention of the lyric. He was just talking about drinking anything. It could have been like an iced drink or whatever. It didn't matter. But it does certainly sound like it has that connotation, and using it in the drink driving ad certainly drives that home a bit. If her daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If her daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Speed along the lane, do a ton or a ton in 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good in a lay-by. So like, yeah, this is all about being with women. If her daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If her daddy's poor, just do what you feel is a hell of a couplet. But like, you know, about impressing the dad, very old-fashioned sort of thing. But also, you can make it good in a lay-by, as in you can park off to the side of the road and fuck. Interesting horny lyric to sneak into a radio played song in the 70s. We're not gray people, we're not dirty, we're not mean, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go swimming in the sea. We're always happy, life's for living, yeah, that's our philosophy. Great, just another bit of feel-good lyrics. And then you got the sing along with us, dee 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 dee, da 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 da, yeah, we're happy. This is the part that really just like makes this song perfect. It's just such a nice thing to sing along to, as he encourages you to do. Just such a good vibe to a good mood. And then you've got the when the winter's here, yeah, it's party time. Bring your clothes, wear your bright clothes. It'll soon be summertime, and we'll sing again. We'll go driving, or maybe we'll settle down. If she's rich, if she's nice, bring your friends, and we'll all go into town. Then you got the motorcycle noise, and then it loops a few of the verses again and fades out on the da 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 dee 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 part. Yeah, just a great feel-good song with some occasionally questionable lyrics, but he did write it in 10 minutes. Great vibe to it, great musical sense to it. It all almost like with the guitar and the piano almost feels like ragtime. It almost feels like you walked into a saloon and this is playing, you know? I can kind of imagine that. And you've got like the and also other like sound effects. Like there's a part where someone goes whoosh, whoosh, and you hear like a few like as well, like if you raspberries, it's a bit better than that. It just sounded like a dry fart. But yeah, it's an interesting construction of a song, I think. And I'm sure I'll link the video as well, which is just them playing it, but it's fun. You really have to see Ray Dorset's sideburns to believe them. They're fucking huge. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Oh, yeah, no, I just had a note here about it's in a lot of TV shows and movies, Life on Mars, The Simpsons, Malcolm in the Middle, Despicable Me Too. I mean, it's all over the place. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that one. Just another great summer vibe. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, leave a like, give me a subscription, tell everyone you want to, and I will talk to you tomorrow for another summery song.
Break it down.
Du hast